This is Stu McKinsey for Bass Players United. Thanks to Adam Phillips and again to Adrian Smith for shooting this video and Carrie Nordstrand for closing my door. I apologize for the facial hair, but I'm growing a Halloween costume. I was asked to do a video on modes and how I use modes. The basic idea of modes being scales inside of a scale. So, you know, for example, you're working in B major. The first mode you build off that would be the Dorian mode. So that would be E Dorian. So all the same notes, just a different starting point and a different ending point. So instead of you have this. Kind of an unresolved sound. But the cool thing about the Dorian mode, and that's what I'll be illustrating here, is that it's got this great blend of major and minor, mostly minor. It's basically a minor scale, a natural minor scale with a sharp 6. So the 6 becomes major. So 1, minor 2, or sorry, major 2, minor 3, perfect 4, perfect 5, major 6, minor 7, and root. Octave above the root, rather, I'm sorry. And it just naturally wants to pull down D, so you can actually just go to give you an idea of how it works. For me, getting used to any scale or any mode is two things. It's one, getting used to the general sound, the character of that scale. And the mode is really just a scale. So those are all things in the Dorian mode, which again will all resolve down to the natural major. But aside from getting used to that, the sound of the scale, whatever the scale is I'm working with, trying to learn, get used to, for me, the best way to use it, to learn it, to get used to it, is to write a piece of music or mess around with a melody or something that utilizes those notes, that combination of notes. For me, that means figuring out all the chords in the scale. And since it's all the chords that exist in D major, it's actually pretty easy. So if you just skip the first chord, you've got E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, which is actually going to be an A dominant, B minor, C sharp minor, there's your D major, and then back up to the E. I tend to take the chords out to the 7th voicing, so major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7. This is actually a minor 7 with a flat 5, so half diminished. But that's it. Once it gets rolling, I just mess around with it and try to play something melodic in that construct. modes, most people know it from jazz. If you listen to the song So What by Miles Davis, the entire thing is written in the Dorian mode. But you can also use it like playing over a minor blues. You can come up with some very cool stuff. Playing in rock, it works really well because you've got that. You have your basic pentatonic minor scale, which is lick central, and then you add to that kind of major sixth sound. And you find it's tremendously useful. I've done the same thing with the Mixolydian mode, the Phrygian mode, Locrian. It's the best way to learn the modes for me, but you should find what works for you. I like the idea of taking a scale, mode, whatever, and building a song with it, building a melody, and then finding ways to fit that into the rest of my vocabulary, to expand my vocabulary with it. But I hope that's some help. This has been Stu McKinsey for Bass Players United. Thanks very much.